It's not funny, Patrice. They didn't schedule it. They didn't schedule what, honey? I don't know why. You asked for a team meeting and they said no? File a complaint. Tell them they refuse to give you a team meeting. But first, and didn't send it till now. Okay, good. They put it in writing that they're refusing? Good. So what you need to do is, you need to tell them why. Send them an email and say why. Why can't I have one? Are you telling me that there's a limit on the number of team meetings I can have, or anybody in the school? And if so, please provide me the written policy and procedure that the school has that I can only have one team meeting. That's what you do. What you need to do is CC it to the state special ed director and to OSIM. You can send that one to Rebecca Walla-Wender, REBECCA .Walla-Wender, WALAWENDER @ed.gov, and to the state special ed director and to the special ed director in your town. If that was that the special ed director that said you can't have a team meeting? Or was it a principal? Principals don't count. So send all of that to those people and say, so let me get this straight, just so I'm clear. So I requested a team meeting, and here's the note that was sent to me, refusing my right to have a meeting. So it appears that there's a limit on the number of meetings we can have, and only the school district can make that determination. Therefore, I am requesting the written policy and procedure that limits the amount of meetings a parent can request. And then you send it to all of those people. You want to see how quick you get a meeting? That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Stop laughing, Patrice. It's not funny. Everybody's cray-cray. They're all completely nutty cuckoo. Can't stand it. Yeah. But you know what? You're doing LOL. That means you're okay for right now. I thought, honest to God, everybody, when my girl went to court, I was having palpitations because I couldn't be there. I'm 3 hours away. It was only supposed to be an hour. And I got a sick dad, and there was no way I was going to be able to make it. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. She's going to fall apart. She can't. She's got to be strong. She can't. So I just kept pounding stuff into her every day. You got this. You're smarter than them. You got this. Pounding it in. I said, you call me every day. I don't care. Ask me questions. Well, I sent her emails. I sent her the answers. I sent her the paperwork. I sent her everything. You need this. When that girl got in front of him, she knew exactly what to say. She was so good. She said she had to hold back the laughter. I love it. Are you kidding me? That's perfecto. Was when you spelled Rebecca's name. That's not nice. REBECCA. Rebecca Walla-Wender. I don't like her. You know that. Don't care. It's not funny. Stop laughing. But I was real happy that my girl was real happy. Because I can't. That's gross. Too sweet. No, thank you. See, it's people like Patrice and like Leanne and all of you parents really that listen, Lindas. My listen, Lindas. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this, but there's this thing on YouTube. You guys got to see it. It's this little boy. He's like 4 years old. And the name of this video is Listen, Linda. Okay, you got to see it. That's what whenever I say Listen, Linda, that's what I'm talking about. Tammy, should I send a mass email that I cannot attend the annual IEP meeting for John due to my other son is having brain surgery? I will tell them I will reschedule. Yes. Yes. That's what you do. That's what you do. Please. That's how you do it. And you can say, due to the discrepancies in communication, say stuff like that. Make them feel this big. Hope your kid's all right too, by the way, honey. Give him a kiss and a hug from me, okay? I'm going to say my little prayer for him. I only say one prayer. It's only one kind I say. It's the prayer to Jabez. I truly believe this prayer will everybody needs to go see that too. What about when you agree on a NORAP with additions? I agree as long as X, Y, and Z are included and I never received a reply. Then you okay. What does that mean? Never, ever, ever sign anything on condition because the conditions never come. So what you do now is rescind your signature. The NORAP doesn't mean shit. Oops. The NORAP doesn't mean anything, okay? It's not I don't know what they're doing in this state. I swear to God, I don't understand what the stupid NOREP is. It's not an agreement to the IEP. It's not like in Massachusetts, for instance. The reason why I'm totally confused with this NOREP is because it's my understanding the NOREP, when you sign it, it's just for attendance. But yet I keep hearing stuff about the stupid NOREP. In Massachusetts, an IEP has to be signed. If you don't sign the IEP or the placement page in 30 days, it's automatically rejected. Then they have to send the automatic rejection to the state. The state will then send all the parents who didn't sign the IEP all of their rights, their appeal rights, their dispute rights, because the IEP and placement is automatically rejected, which means the last accepted IEP is in play because the new one wasn't accepted. Can the suspension days count as illegal absences, then correct it into excused absences, then go out of it? But they still continued as absences? No. Just all of that, what you just said is confusing and don't make no sense. Your kid was either suspended or not suspended. If your kid was, this is what you do. Put it in writing that you want all of the suspensions. If your kid was suspended for more than 10 days in 1 year, either cumulatively or all at once, in one school year, they change your kid's placement. That's why they're playing games with that, what you just said up there. Send what you just said, and any evidence to prove what they did, to the state special ed director, to OSEP, to the school special ed director. Tell them what, I don't even understand what this means. It's not another code. No. If your kid is suspended, your kid is suspended. Your kid's not absent and suspended. You can't be no. Well, yes, it is. If your kid is suspended, then the kid is also absent. That's true. Well, send that. I don't understand. I mean, when you write it, it doesn't even make sense. It can't be an illegal absence if they suspended him. It's not illegal because it was forced. So it can't be an illegal absence. Send what you just wrote me. And illegal is ILL. Okay, fix that spelling. Okay, but I think it was just a typo. Anyway, take that right there. Send that to the state SPED director, your local SPED director, and to OSEP. That's what you do. And send them any documentation you have to back up what you just said. Because you just saying it ain't helping. If you got a report card that proves all of that, then you send it, you say, don't send it to the school like that. First, get all of this, just ask them for a copy of all of the suspensions. Go down to the school and get your kids' records. It should have the discipline records. You want the discipline records and the attendance records. That's what you want, 2 of those. Everything for the last 2 years. That's what you tell them. Okay? Thank you. No problem. Yes, it is. Okay, Marlo. Okay. So, prior written notice is about what they're proposing. So, if prior written notice is about what they're proposing, and you say you're accepting it with conditions, then what you do is you didn't get the conditions. So now, this is what you do. You you put it in an email, and you send it to the Wombats, to the special ed director, and you said, I am rescinding my signature on the NOREP because I signed it under the condition that X, Y, and Z was going to happen. It didn't happen. I'm all set. I'm rescinding my signature. There. So you're rescinding your signature for what they're proposing. And that's what you say. I'm rescinding my signature for what the school district is proposing, and the district is proposing to do the X, Y, and Z, or whatever they propose. However, they did not include X, Y, and Z. So now I'm rescinding my signature. They're going to say you can't do it. You tell them to stick it where the sun doesn't shine. Yes, you can. Then what you can do is accept the IEP in part. The part you accept, they have to implement right away. The part you don't, they don't. Fuck. Ooh, you guys stop making me swear. But yeah, so anytime they say something verbally, you tell them to put that crap in writing. Okay? Tell them to put it in writing. And if they refuse to put it in writing, then you put it in writing. You say, pursuant to our conversation, I informed the school during this meeting on such and such a date with so-and-so sitting there, and then you send it, if it was a team meeting, send the attendance sheet. in front of all of these people that I'm only agreeing to sign it if X, Y, and Z happen. X, Y, and Z didn't happen. Therefore, I'm rescinding my signature. Let me know when X, Y, and Z is going to take place in writing, then I'll sign this thing. That's what you tell them. Until then, not so much. Not so much. I'm not doing it. Because if you're not getting your way, you don't sign it. That's it. When they say, why won't you sign it? You say, because you won't do it my way. Everything's going to be about you guys. What I'm asking for is reasonable. I need you to act like adults and be reasonable. Give me what I need, or put it in writing like you're supposed to do. Tell them, good. Now, what I need you to do, because you're refusing to act, okay, Malo, now you say in that same thing, when you're rescinding your signature, you say, good. So now I am formally asking for X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to need your response. And I'm going to need your response pursuant to 34 CFR 300.503. And the content of what that notice is supposed to contain when you're refusing to give me what I requested. So, when am I getting it? And what is the ETA on that? Because I've been waiting for a long time, I got none. And they're supposed to send you your procedural safeguard rights. That's what you tell them too. Your right to dispute what they did. Because they can't, see, that's how they get you guys. Don't ever accept that whatever they say, when they're using their lips, it's a bad sign. It's a bad sign when they start talking. It's a good sign when they start writing. When they start writing, they hang themselves. Love it when they hang themselves. Fun. That's when Tammy's having a good time. Okay? So if we waive triennial while child is transitioning, etc., can we invoke it at a later date? I have no idea what that means, honey. If we waive triennial while child is transitioning, first of all, how old is the child? So what is this transition all about? Because that's huge. Waiving the 3-year reeval, I wouldn't suggest that, because until the evaluations are done, the only IEP and services your kid is getting is the one the kid got last year. So the kid could have changed a lot, either regressed or progressed, depending on what was implemented, what was not implemented. So those evaluations are very important, even if it's the school district that's doing it, because until they do theirs, you can't get independence done unless you just go and do them. I mean, you can't get it funded by the school, which I wouldn't advise anyway. At this moment in time, I would not advise anybody to get independence done by the school district unless you're my girl Leanne and she got it like that. I mean, she's good. She's really good. But, and it works pretty fast for hers. But if you're trying to get something done fast and, really fast, and you don't know how to navigate, Leanne knows how to navigate the system. So she knew what to do, and she forced them to pay for all of these things. But your insurance company will. But I don't know. I request it at a later date if it was waived due to homebound. One of my clients is homebound, and we got all of the evaluators to come to the house. Is the child sick? Or is the child homebound due to behaviors, or that the fact that the school district doesn't have a program and you're waiting for a school to accept them? Is that the reason why the kid is homebound? Because they can't. Under 34 CFR 300.39, the child can be educated in the home, in other settings, in the home, in school, in institutions, in hospitals, lots of places. So if the child can be educated in those places, you could damn skippy, the kid can be evaluated. We just had all of the evaluators come to the kid's house. We had the teacher, the board certified behaviorist, an OT, a PT, a speech and language pathologist, all converge on different times in the home for this kid to come up with the evaluation. So yes, you're waiting for a school. So yes, the kid can be evaluated in the home. It's no problem. Just don't do that. Because that's the one thing that could work against you. Because here's the thing. If the kid's going to be accepted in another school, then they're going to accept them on information that's old. So what if the information comes back and it's worse? And then they look at the new stuff, because once he gets into that school, then they're going to do then you're going to do the evaluation. And what if you find it's worse? And then they come back and they say, we can't educate this kid. Now he's going to change to another school. So too late was what? No, nothing's ever too late, honey. Rescind. You rescind the waiving. You call them back and you tell them, I changed my mind. Come do it. I'll sign the consent. I don't want to waive it. Anytime you guys waive something, you can unwaive it. All you have to do is called rescinding your signature. That's all you have to do. It's not too late. Nothing you people do is too late. Ever. They want you to think it is. There's no timeline on that. You can unwaive it. You just rescind your. I do it all the time. I mean, there's so many people that were my clients that will tell you, oh no, Tammy will do that in a minute. I did it on one kid. We rescinded. There was like 6 IEPs that had been written. So every time we wanted to get back to the last accepted IEP before all of these IEPs were issued. So we wanted to get back to this one. In order for us to do it, we had to rescind, reject until we got back to this one. We did it like 6 times. We rejected all of the IEPs all at once. They were all different dates. She signed 6 different IEPs, placement pages. She rescinded all of them, all at the same time. Is there a time limit? No, honey. Nope. Rescind is 1 year. The only reason why it's 1 year, it's not 1 year. The only reason why it's 1 year is because the IEP is only 1 year. You have an annual IEP. So if you waived your right to the triennial because you're waiting for a placement because he's at home, first of all, are they giving him an education while he's at home? It's illegal if they're not. Because just because he's waiting for a placement doesn't mean he doesn't get an education. 34 CFR 300.39. Okay? No, there's no time limit. It's within a year only because first of all, that kid better not be sitting in the house. My client's sitting in the house 2 years. It's so illegal, it's beyond disgusting. They're in it up to here. They owe this kid 2 years compensatory services. That school district shouldn't even be getting special ed money because of this. No. So, is there a time limit? It doesn't matter if it's a year. The only thing you're talking about is this year. You should, if that kid's been sitting at home for more than 1 year, there's a problem. He shouldn't be sitting at home, and that's a violation. And that's why you have to not wait the triennial. Go do it. It's the 3-year reeval. Go do it. And because that 3-year reeval tells the school what the kid can do. It gives them the IQ scores. It gives them their current performance levels in all areas. It tells them if they have behaviors. It tells a lot. A lot of stuff happens to kids in 3 years. So the stuff that they're looking at is 3 years old. You want them to place a kid you want them to find a placement for the kid on using 3-year-old evaluations? No. Make them do the evaluation in the home. Is there a problem? If there's a problem, that's a whole nother discussion. But if the only problem is that the kid is at home and he's waiting for a placement, which I don't understand why he's doing that, but there's reasons. If they're saying if there's a program for the kid, he can go to school every day and go take an evaluation and get it done at school and go back home. There's lots of ways to work that out. Lots and lots of ways. Work it. Okay? So no, there's no timeline on that. But anyway, he's homebound. I hope he's homebound instruction. 34 CFR 300.39. Okay, it tells you where the kid can get special education services. Okay, because our kids have special needs. Sometimes their needs mean they can't go to school for some strange reason that escapes public school systems because they're stupid. They're dumb. I hope they think like that for all areas of their life. It's limited in their teensy little square that they live in. Good. Love you.